All right. Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to our match. The match is no longer delayed, but actually here now. I am joined by Kane, also known as Ava, one of the players in this tournament in the commentating booth. Hello. How are we if we avoid the OWC match? Yeah, I mean, you were saying about people like having expectations for RBK to win, but I'm starting to notice. I think people do for Nettles as well. From what I've seen of people saying the Nettles, I feel like there's like an almost cult-like following for this person. And low-key, after seeing them play last match, I kind of get it. They're just a fun person to watch play. But so is RBK. I mean, second season, they're just gonna put out good scores across the board anyway. Your mic's muted, by the way.
Oh,
I've just realized.
you can come to the ghost. It's still there.
I'm schizophrenic, guys. It's fine.
Alright. One thing to know about idealnettles, he is a fairly old tournament player as well, from what I know. I think he's been around in the tournament scene for a long time, only recently coming back. I think I remember seeing some MPs from him from back in 2019, 2020.
Okay. Yeah, so OG player right there.
Oh.
Well, OG
Wait,
for a lot of people is a lot older, but for me it's me. Wait, huh?
I missed the bands are Nomad 1 and Hard Rock 1. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
And
yeah, so just get rid of some of that brought in. Oh, okay. So we actually, I've not seen this one yet. So let's see how this goes.
This has happened fast.
Yeah. Sorry, we're kind of all over the place. We were just watching OWC and then also just mutually crying at OWC. So, we're just kind of flinging out of here now.
So, ban Hard Rock. So, the first Rubik banned Nomad 1. And idealnettles banned... Okay, you know what? It can wait.
Yeah, it's gonna wait. It's fine. Our match is starting. The Hidden 2, going into the reading map of the main reading map of the pool, sorry. Sitting onto that low AR. Just kind of what you expect from a Hidden 2. A bit more reading. And a bit kind of everything with that low reading and mixed in. Some streams here and there, just a little bit of mechanics, but nothing too out of the skill level of these players.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a fair, as always with Hidden 2s, you're always expecting a very not as mechanically demanding map in for the SR pools that they're in, because the main difficulty will always just be in that reading, obviously. This map is, I think, 5.3 stars, so the mechanics shouldn't be a difficulty for either of these players. But Rubik finding a miss there, about 200 combo in. idealnettles is starting to run away with this. Oh my!
Yeah, that is not ideal for RBK. You don't having that early break is so unlucky, especially with the fact that Nettles has the accuracy build as well, accuracy advantage as well. That can just start skyrocketing that score way past what it is currently of 130k and building actively. And building very quickly, if I say.
The accuracy as well. idealnettles is looking so comfortable on this. Honestly, this seems like a bit of a blunder mispick for Rubik's first pick here, with how just comfortable idealnettles is seeming.
Yeah, the underdog story really coming out here. idealnettles evidently putting some crazy amount of practice into this Hidden 2. I mean, an unfortunate miss on those triples, sure, but we're so far into the map that I don't really know if 180k is recoverable at this point.
I'm fairly sure this is the very end of the map.
Yeah.
This score lead is unsurmountable. idealnettles gets the first point of the match with a break point against Rubik.
Yeah. And just starting the match with an insane breakpoint, 113k difference almost. 112, no, 111k, sorry, I can't count numbers, my bad. One miss from both players, but that combo and accuracy difference really coming out in spades. That's generally just a great way to start the match for idealnettles. 1 point, not 2. idealnettles is 2 points.
Oh, how does that happen?
Double or nothing. Oh, double or nothing. There we go. We've got 1 point for idealnettles. Great score, and they're going to pick straight into that No Mod 5, going into the more gimmicky map of the pool, a bit more unique from what I would say, with low AR, reasonably low OD, low BPM,
It's
and
very finger controlly. Rhythm.
yeah.
This is the rhythm map for the pool. Here. If you're not comfortable, like, on, like, more complex rhythms, it is very, very tough to hold accuracy on this map, and at this SR, I feel like this will come down to an accuracy battle.
Yeah. And, I mean, an accuracy battle on the finger control map, I mean, kind of half of what you would expect, because, you know, it's the most important part of a rhythm-focused map. I mean, nothing too hard to aim, and with this, yeah, as you were saying, with the star rating, this is probably not going to be coming out too often, unless there's, you know, unless one of these players is really uncomfortable on it.
Yeah.
But with it being Nettles' pick, I'm expecting them to be confident on this map to play it very well.
Yeah, you kind of have to imagine if you're going into one of the more, like, unique, honestly, one of the more, like, hard specialist maps in a pool like this against, like, the second seed, you kind of have to imagine that person is very comfortable in what they can accomplish on this map.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Now it's time to see the performance of these players on this more unique map of the pool, I would say.
Yeah. Rubik coming out of this intro with a very significant accolade. Nettles not looking as comfortable as you'd maybe hope. But maybe that's just early map nerves, you know, getting adjusted. But with that early miss, maybe it isn't.
I mean, there's about 1,100 combo on this map, so there's more than enough time for Nettles to, you know, build back up. I mean, a miss this early isn't going to be that crucial unless it does become an FC for RBK, which is, you know, very likely being a second
SP
player.
there and the accuracy not rising as the map goes on longer, it's looking more and more like they're picking for each other, honestly.
Yeah, are we sure we're getting the right players picks here? Because, you know, Nettles just like kind of landsliding on that hidden 2 versus, you know, RBK really are shredding on this No Mod 5. I mean, yeah, these players are just playing for each other at this point. I mean, that accuracy for RBK is disgusting. 97.8. I mean, dropped to 98.7.45, but it's still a really good score just like for the, you know, the morphing control rhythm type this map is. And idealnettles has started, you know, building that combo back up. 330 combo, but the accuracy just isn't there to compete, which is something that's been very important on a map like this.
Absolutely. He is definitely starting to, like, get more into his comfort zone here, but it might, with how comfortable Rubik's looking, it might be too little, too late. There's still a lot of the map left, but this accuracy difference is telling a very big story here.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that I think I'm seeing nerves from Nettles coming out here as well, which is really unfortunate. I mean, you've got RBK who's just playing this map with no nerves, nothing to worry about. They're so calm. They know their score is almost absurd at this point. But Nettles is playing on that catch-up game, and those shakes are really starting to come out knowing that fact, especially now at the break where they're looking at each other's scores and, you know, Nettles' nerves might start kicking up again, or it might calm him down knowing that he just doesn't have to worry too much and just play them out.
Honestly, at this point, I think it's more like a, you know what, I may have blundered here, but we go next. We move on. With that miss, it seals it 100%.
Yeah, only 300 combo left for the map. That is the end for Nettles' run on this map alone. But I mean, with it being RBK's pick next as well, it's, you know, kind of a risky move to pick into something like this, which is, no, a risk that you can only really know in hindsight, I guess.
Yeah.
As RBK kind of, now I'm just wondering if RBK FCs, which, I mean, was kind of what we expected from the start, but after seeing a lot of misses coming out from Nettles, maybe it's not as set in stone for an FC as before. But
no more map left, and
seems it is.
It is sealed. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Point.
The breakpoint has been returned back. Rubik gets the FC on Eptide.
Yeah, 2 drop slider ends.
Stellar accuracy
3, sorry.
to boot.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that makes it 1-1 with RBK in favor now to pick the next map. And they're going straight into that DT3. Yeah, they want to play this position.
Leaning more into the gimmicky side of the pool.
Yeah. Honestly, after picking DT3, my next assumption is RBK might just pick the Hard Rock 2 after this. Like, because this is CS6. I mean, sure, it's no Hard Rock 2 with it being 6.5, but, you know, it's still the low CS, relatively low BPM, 189, within comfort range for both these players, especially that we've seen before for Nettles, but, you know, it's a BPM they can play.
Yeah.
But it's also lower AR, which makes it a bit more uncomfortable to play.
Yeah, it's AR7 base, AR9 with DT. Some players will call that reading.
Yeah, I'll call this reading. This is reading.
If I speak.
I get the AR9 and stuff, and this kind of map should be the base that most people have. But I'm bad, okay? I suck. Let me set in my AR 9.5 to 10 minimum.
Anyway, we're going to be getting straight into this. Oh, I don't know with the early miss on that first burst.
Yeah, not ideal. I mean,
Rubik
RBK does trade it out really early, which is, you know, quite good for Nettles here. But those nerves that we saw on that last map, and kind of still shaking at this point, I start to show some problems with the CS size, which is not something Nettles is probably going to want to have. But they do have that combo lead, but they are on a quite a decent accuracy deficit right now, which is kind of what's, you know, leading RBK's score right now.
Rubik is known in the 5-digit scene as a very proficient hard roll player. So seeing him, like, I wouldn't imagine he'd be struggling on the circle size aspect of this. Both players are very even with a slight combo lead towards Nels, but the accuracy is doing Rubik dividends here as well.
Yeah, that 5% accuracy really is just causing a main thing. But the accuracy difference isn't too large anymore. It's slightly changing. But with a few hundreds here from Nettles, it's just, you know, going to start moving that accuracy difference about 4% and a bit more. But generally, I think Nettles' main hope here is just to hold on combos if Rubik finds a miss.
Yeah, you're basically just hoping for Rubik to just find a random miss on like just one of these like linear patterns that we're going to be seeing coming up as the song intensifies a little bit. There's one of them. Both players hit it with no issues there.
But Nettles is shaking so much, and they both miss on the same note almost. But Nettles finds another miss afterwards. But Rubik trains it as well. Oh, they're just missing at the same points of the map, which is not good for Nettles, because that accuracy difference has made that score lead 30k, but... Oh,
with Rubik missing down, Rubik dropping accuracy, but...
Oh, but Nettles trades it out. Oh. That's a 20k score lead, almost 30k at the ending, as Rubik does take another point for themselves. It was so close on ending. On that ending. Holy stutter! That could have gone anyone's way, but unfortunately, Nettles just kept trading out every miss.
That is.
Oh no!
This is looking very, very contested on every single pick. Evtide being a bit of an exception to the rule, it seems so far.
Yeah.
Like, both of these players seem very evenly matched on this SR pool.
Like, this could be one of the craziest upsets if Nettles calms the nerves a bit. Because I think those nerves are the biggest thing. And it seems we're going into that No Mod 3. A map that I think Nettles will be relatively comfortable on. I mean, you know, they maybe weren't the best on Evtide, but, you know, they weren't struggling too much on a lot of the aim, I'd say. And I think... Sure, the aim is quite different, but the fundamental aspect of it, I think you can apply to both maps here.
I do wonder about idealnettles' comfort on ult as a thing.
Yeah.
Because that's, at least in my opinion, what the his main issue on Evtide was. Because if you can't hold the act on Evtide, typically that's a finger control ult issue, I would feel. So
yeah, but I also think Evtide is more on the very far end where, like, finger control is a lot harder especially in comparison to a map like this.
Yeah, this map is a lot more simple in terms of its rhythms, so it can be easier as long as you have like an idea as to how to hold.
Yeah, but holy, those are early nerves coming in from Nettles, which is something that might only amplify as the map gets on. And sure, this map CS is relatively forgiving, 3.5, but you know, these patterns themselves are not forgiving. Those shakes will cause either a note lock problem or a miss aim. And with it being OD 8.4, sure, it's not a stream map, but that doesn't mean note lock can't happen. Not with some of these when it comes to these patterns, they definitely can.
Yeah, it's very easy to note lock some of these flowing patterns in this map.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go into this first Ki quite early in. where the first proper challenging aspect of the map comes in, getting some of that aim control, flow aim control comes in, and Rubik finds a very unfortunate miss, which means that lead is going to start moving in favor of Nettles, and the accuracy as well. I didn't even notice. Nettles is holding on very well here. And that 400 combo is going to keep building as Rubik now has to try and rebuild that combo to try and keep themselves in the fight, as Nettles does find the miss, which means Rubik is now going to start moving that score lead over and take the lead. But just that 20k right now, and the accuracy still no longer in favor of Nettles either.
Yeah, that lead is going to start slowly closing, because now we're going to be getting into a bit of a free combo section. It's just going to give Rubik a bit more time to build up that combo, build up that score.
Yeah, and that score lead is about to switch over. It's only a few thousand difference. But it does give Nettles a chance as well to start building a combo, which means, you know, if Rubik does find a miss, it's not going to be too insurmountable. But that accuracy lead is 0.6 in favor of Rubik right now, and about 150 combo difference.
If Rubik finds a miss, Nettles is there, ready to strike at the opportunity. But it's just a question of whether Rubik will.
Yeah, this map is definitely one of those ones where it honestly feels so 50-50 on whether you'll miss or not, because these patterns can be so ruthless, and I cannot understate that, because they are so awkward in the right situation. But both these players go into the next Ki, both holding large combos, both on very phenomenal accuracies. And it's, you know, we get into this more slider-oriented section, this awkward flow, and these awkward doubles, and both players get through it without a problem, not even an act drop from either player. That score lead of 30,000, and those shakes coming in from Nettles are just not ideal, but Rubik's just going to hold on, dropping 100 here, but it doesn't really matter, not at 99.17% accuracy.
All it takes is one slight slip up for everything to change. The map is going to come to a close. This is the end, but there's just... It doesn't look like either of these players are going to let up. There is just... Yeah, and with that...
Neither of these players finding their misses on that Ki, and I think that does in fact solidify the map, with this being the literal last section, with both phenomenal scores from both players. 660,000 to 700,000. Genuinely a phenomenal performance from both of these players, but the misses from Nettles were just so unfortunate, and it does give Rubik their next point.
That accuracy from Rubik is actually obscene. Only 6 100s throughout the map.
Yeah, and it's like Nettles is good as well. Literally 12 100s, 98.7. It was generally just that combo game. 200 combo difference. That early miss from Rubik gave so much hope for us for Nettles. But Rubik just didn't care and decided to combo everything else afterwards.
Something else Rubik didn't care about was waiting, because now we're immediately going into the hidden one.
Yeah, generally no time for that pick. Nettles knew... Wait, was it Nettles? No, Rubik knew immediately what they wanted to pick, and they picked straight into it.
Rubik's not historically a hidden player, but he has been definitely learning it a lot more recently. So probably just trying to see how that comfort level stacks up to a player like that.
Yeah, I mean, picking into that hidden 2 right at the start of the match, giving a point from Nettles, and then now going into that hidden 1, I mean, based off what we saw in hidden 2, I would maybe put Nettles as maybe the more favorable on this map, but no, Rubik has been putting out some good scores as well, putting out those, you know, those 3 phenomenal points he has on the board now. I mean, this map could very much go either way. On hidden reading on its own, I would maybe say it's Nettles' favor, but then the other aspects of the map really do come into play, and they could maybe favor Rubik.
Yeah, I would typically favor Rubik more so on like the mechanics side of things, just in general. Yeah. But obviously, that's not really going to be. I don't think that'll be that much of a factor. Both of these players are going to be so comfortable on this SR still. So it's just
100%.
One's going to be Akbal. The like Rubik, like it's early days still, but like even that 1/100 there, who knows? Maybe that'll be a difference maker. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean it's 1/100 each. Oh no, 2 100 each. Sorry, both basically matching accuracy, but they. Oh, that's more of an actual for Rubik. No, both these players comboing quite comfortably, not really worrying about much right now. And I mean, those shakes for Nettles have seemed to calm down significantly so. Yeah. You know, maybe he's just feeling a lot more comfortable, feeling a lot more confident, seeing how close all of these picks are, and knowing that, you know, hey, sure, Rubik's seed 2, but we can compete. There doesn't seem to be too big of a gap between these two players. And I think that mentality for Nettles might be what's kind of calming them down and making them pull out a really nice score right now, holding on to an FC both players, but accuracy in favor of Nettles by just a few fractions of a percentage.
Yeah, like honestly, that's what we're going to be seeing a lot in like I think this round, especially on like the matches in winter side. We're going to be seeing a lot of like accuracy battles where these like accuracies, these maps, that like a lot of the players here will be so comfortable that it will come down to those accuracies as we're seeing here. Like
both identical accuracy,
yeah,
and their points being probably a few hundred apart.
Like it's the only difference is when those 100 came. And look at both these players; they're both absolutely turns back apart. Moving a little bit back there, the lead swings back over to Nettles.
Oh, but Nettles! No! Oh. That is such a bad break to have. We're so much further into the map. That is not something you want to have. That is not ideal, if I say so myself.
That is far from it. Oh, that is.
Oh,
and
no.
yeah, I think this might just seal it.
Yeah, I think it does, because Rubik is just still comboing. Not a single problem coming out. Not a single moment of nerves. Not even an act drop at this point. Just to get 99.2. Is Nettles.
But it didn't even matter. After that first miss, Rubik was like, it seems like he almost felt that miss and just capitalized so well, sealing out the FC.
If there was a miss from Rubik's side shortly after, it could have still gone either way, but the fact that that miss wasn't traded at all, Rubik comes out with an insane hidden one full combo with 99.3% accuracy almost. It is so unfortunate for Nettles. They had such a good run on that. They had such high chances. But that of just losing that footing, losing that comfort, is just, it became fatal so quickly.
Yeah. But, so, when you're Ideal Nettles now, what do you pick into? Yeah,
that's a good question, because, I mean, yeah, there are some maps to pick into, and DT2 seems to be one of them for Nettles. Okay. I mean, yeah, this is a situation. I mean, I was saying it for the last match. If you're Nettles in this scenario, this is not something you want to be in. You are backed into a corner. But you know what they say, pressure can form diamonds under the right situation. So let's see if that happens for Nettles. I like my quotes. I'm a very big fan of quotes.
Very, very standard DT2 for this. Very bursty, not really anything that long, but at 225 it doesn't really let up that hard. So as long as you have like decent consistency at the Rubik missing the first slider.
Oh god, I think I might have been Bancho, but getting a 50 on it, however, was not. Yeah, that's gonna be an early accident for Nettles, quite significantly so. Okay, I think that comes to comfort is really showing. I mean, you were saying that like Rubik being quite good on those, like quite good on mechanical type of maps, but I'd also say that so is Nettles. I mean, Nettles is pulled out in their previous match from really good scores, especially when it came to mechanical focus things, and you know, I think this is one of those maps where it's a 50-50. It's a roll of the dice almost.
Yeah, like. This is a skill set that you'll find a lot of players, like even if they're not like tournament players. I mean, both the players do have extensive tournament experience, but this is one of those like slots and maps that are like very accessible for like everyone. It's so common. Send your satellite, name a more iconic duo.
Yeah. Just like getting those, you know, more mechanical bursty maps where, you know, they're not too long that it borders on like Deathstream stamina for players, but you know, there's just that enough stamina for people to play it and really enjoy it. But I think it's one of those play styles a lot of people play, me included. And yeah, I mean for Rubik right now, that accuracy is literally just 0.1 ahead and giving him that small, and I do mean a tiny score lead, and it might even. It's not going to swap over just yet with those 10 of 100s because it's still 99.1, but you know, Nettles is on his tail. If this is a two-way FC with an accuracy difference again, that's just going to be absurd.
Yeah, we saw this exact same scenario in the last match too, where both of the players in it FC'd with, I think, just under 98. it seems like we're getting a repeat here, but with slightly higher accuracy.
Yeah.
Both players see the break. There's a less than 1k difference. Wait.
Yo, okay. So, like, this score lead flicks over to Nettles just because the positions of the 100th. The accuracy lead just barely Nettles, but he drops 100, so it switches over back to Rubik. It is genuinely just not even a few thousand. It's like a few hundred points difference. It's a 1/100 difference almost.
This is obscene. Oh my god, it can't decide.
It's genuinely another map where it's a double. It's 2 AFC. It's a 2 AFC with genuinely 6,000 score difference. Not even, it's 5,100 score difference. Both crazy scores, both crazy players. Okay, I gotta say, that's somehow GG's already. What the hell?
Yeah, it doesn't...
Right.
Like, with how close all these points have been, it does not feel like the match should be over at 5-1.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I didn't even realize this was final point after even mentioning it. And I've got to say, hand on heart, I have to apologize to every single player in this tournament, including every 5-digit to exist. I was not aware of your game. When I looked at this map pool, I thought maybe 225 BPM constant bursts might be a bit too difficult. But evidently not, considering the fact that today alone we've seen 4 full combos. I apologize. You guys might be the best players in the game.
And with that, I'm not sure. I think there's another match later on today. I'm not quite sure, but that might be it. If there isn't, that's it.
It is not. It got forfeited. So yeah, the next matches are tomorrow. The first match being at 2 PM tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, be your match. Have fun.
Alright.
Yeah, thank every single one of you who came along to support on Nettles. Nettles, if you do watch this back, your homie TJ has been here for every match cheering you on, so give him some respect. And yeah, thank all of you who came in to watch this match. Generally a phenomenal match. Great plays from both players. Such close scores, and I'm excited to see both players continue. Because I believe that was the winners match, right? I'm not being a moron. That was winners bracket. So yeah, I'm excited to see both these players continue. Nettles does get another chance in losers bracket, and Rubik gets to continue on in the winners. And I will see all of you tomorrow.
I think idealnettles is gonna be a thorn in the side for somebody in losers bracket next weekend.
Yeah,
Alright.
100%.
And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.